Hey, what's up, Salt Strong family? This is Pat Ogletree, your favorite traveling fishing coach, and in this video I want to talk about a subject that I've seen come up in the community lately, and that's about tackle storage and basically how you can organize all your tackle and your soft plastics. So being a traveling fishing coach that fishes out of a kayak, I understand the importance of bringing the tackle that you need but yet still being able to keep it organized. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down and show you what I bring with me on a daily basis and then give you some clues on how I actually keep this organized, and hopefully that'll help you out. Now at the end of this discussion, I want this to be, an open discussion. This is just how I keep it organized. This will work for kayaks and it'll even work for small skiffs too. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be, a kayak centric, but any of you guys out there that have ideas out there on how you keep your tackle organized, whether it be on a skiff, whether it be on a kayak, whether it be on a bigger boat, I'd love to hear from them, because anytime that we get this information, it helps us all out. So here we go. I'm going to show you what I got here. So we're going to start from left to right, and this is just basically what I bring with me on the water on a daily basis. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you not only what I bring, but I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how I stay organized and some bonus tips on how you can save some money too. So what I've got over here on my left is my rigging box. This is all my jig heads. I'll go ahead and open this up, but it's all my rigging hooks where I keep everything that I need to rig all my soft plastics. And this is it right here. So basically I've got my owner flashy swimmers at the top. I got my Haas Helix. I got my football jig heads. I got my mag shrooms up there. Basically the most common stuff that I use when I'm out on the water. Now, one thing that I will say is as the seasons progress, I will change out what I have, not only in my jig box, but also what I have in my soft plastics too, because there's certain times of the year where I'll use more types of soft plastics than I will in other times of the years. So going on from that, I always keep a pair of fish grips on me. I actually have a backup pair too, but I'm just going to show you the one here. Always bring a popping cork, got some leader. So over there, what I have in my small box is my hard plastics, or my hard baits that I have. I don't carry a whole lot. Typically it's a couple of top waters and then maybe some subsurface like some MR17s, but I just have a small box for that. I am a soft plastic fanatic. That's what I use most of the time. So there's some more leader material that I use. So I've got the Andy leader material, and then I've got the Trilene Big Game. The only reason I still have the Trilene Big Game is, as you see, it is a massive spool and it'll probably take me forever to go through it, but instead of wasting money and buying some more line, I'm just going to use what I have until it doesn't work anymore. Now, moving on to the soft plastics, this is basically how I have my stuff organized. So this top row right here is all my bombers, the middle row right here is all my 2.0s, and this row right here is all of my jerk baits. Now, as you see, I pretty much have the same colors in each. I like to have a dark, a light, and then a medium option depending on what I run across, because I travel around, you never know the water conditions that I'm going to run across. So I like to have that variation in that, and I feel with these three colors I can pretty much have the confidence that I know I can get onto something. Now, there might be some variations in that, but this is pretty much what I'm going to bring with me on a daily basis. Now, moving over to the right-hand side, the top ones are my Power Prawns. I've got the juniors on the left, and I've got the original size on the right. That is the natural color. Then I've got the Slam Shady color, and then I've got the Gold Digger color. And again, this is exactly what I'm doing with my 2.0s and my bombers and my jerk sheds, is I have a dark offering, a light offering, and then the natural offering. And the reason why I do that is to cover, no matter what type of conditions I'm going to run across, I'm going to be able to have a color that's going to work in that. That's going to give me the confidence that I can use that. Now, moving on to the next row, I've got this is a new lure I've been trying out. I've used this before in the springtime, and it works pretty good. That's the Z-Man Pop Shads. More to come on that. I'm still playing around with that. Then I've got the Finesse TRD. This is one of those lures that I will actually start using more of in the wintertime, because that's my Ned rig setup, and Ned rigs really work in the wintertime. So you'll actually start seeing me use more of those coming up in the next few months or so, but I always keep at least one pack of those on the kayak at all times. These are the new kicker crabs that came out, and these are the Brazilian Power Prawns. Just in case you didn't know, we still offer the Brazilian, which is the original Power Prawn that's got that elastic material that's kind of like the Z-Man material, where it's the buoyant, it's really, really stretchy. So we didn't get rid of these entirely. We still offer these, and I use these again in the wintertime on a Ned rig setup, and it works outstanding, and that's why I always keep some on me. And then my tackle box is my trusty 19-quart Inshore single cooler. I know that's a little bit out of focus there, but this is something that's been with me for a very long time. Matter of fact, I used to use this as a seat for my paddleboard when I had a paddleboard, but this thing has taken a beating. And if you're looking for a good quality cooler, I can't recommend this thing enough. This is definitely something that I use on a daily basis, literally when I'm out on the water. But I use it as a dry box. I don't use it as a cooler. It's never had fish in it. It's never had bait in it. It's just a way of me keeping my stuff organized. So that's the rundown of the tackle that I bring with me pretty much every single day. And a lot of this tackle is available in my bundle. If you've seen those online, all of our coaches right now have their bundles that are specific to their area and what they bring out with them on a daily basis every single day. And a lot of the stuff that's in my bundle is actually on this table. Actually, I don't think there's anything in my bundle that's not on this table, but it is something that I use with me every day. Now, I'm moving on to a couple of tips that's going to help me stay organized. What I do is, if you've noticed, a couple of these packs right here, matter of fact, pretty much all of these packs right here, I'll give you this one. It's a pretty good example. These packs are a 7-pack. So when you buy them from the shop, they come in a pack of 7. So what I do to eliminate some of the bags is I'll take 2 or 3 of those bags and I'll put them into one. So instead of carrying 7 lures, I'll have 14, 21, whatever it needs. And that way, when I'm putting all my stuff together, I don't have to rummage through a lot more bags to find the one that I need, because I used to do that. I used to bring, say, 2 bags of Slam Shadies with me because that's one of my go-to colors. And the problem was every time that I needed a gold digger, guess what I was picking up? I was picking up a Slam Shady, or vice versa. If I needed a gold digger, I was picking up Slam Shady. If I needed a Slam Shady, I was picking up a gold digger, and it got to be a hassle. So I combined all of those into one of my bags. So I have one bag of my 2.0s for each one of the colors, but I've got a more than just one bag's worth in that. So that'll help you save some space right there and helps keep more organized. And I do that with all of my lures. I've got the bombers, the 2.0s, and the jerkbaits. I do that with each and every one of them. So when it comes to my power prawns, usually what I do is I bring 2 of these clamshell packs with me on each of my trips of each one of the colors of each one of the sizes. So that gets a little bit daunting, but I got a little trick that I'll show you on how to keep these organized. But it gives me a good visual reference of what I need. So at the end of the day, if I need to reload on some of the stuff, I can just take a look at my clamshells and just go ahead and reload those up. So another tip that'll save you some money, if you run into a lure that you use a lot, like say, for me, the Slam Shady 2.0 and the gold diggers, and both the Power Prawn USA junior size and then the 2.0s, those 2 colors I go through a lot. That's my confidence bait. So whenever my clamshell gets a little bit low, when I'm missing some, what I need to do is I need to reload it. So instead of just buying these 7-packs all the time, what we offer is 100 packs. If you've never seen these are available on the shop page and pretty much most of our lures. I think all of our lures, to be honest with you. This is the gold digger in the Power Prawn USA junior size. And what I'll do is I'll just pull whatever I need out of this bag right here, reload my clamshell, and that way I'm not carrying a large bag like this on the kayak with me, and I only bring what I need for that day. But if you do run across a lure that you find that you use a lot and you go through them, definitely try out these 100 packs. It'll save you some money. So not only do you get your discount off of buying bulk, your 20% discount that you get as being an insider is actually a greater discount. So you'll actually save even more money that way. So definitely a tip. If there's any lures that you go through a lot, then you'll want to buy the bulk pack. Okay, now what I do to keep these organized in my box right there, so instead of dumping all of this in my box and never being able to find it when I go back there, because I keep my tackle behind me, so I have to reach behind. So if I need need to get a lure, or if I want to try a different color, typically what was happening before is I'd reach back there and I'd wind up having to basically empty my box in front of me, and it got to be a pain in the butt. So what I started doing is I started using these quart size bags and the gallon size bags for the bigger baits, and I'm going to combine all of my lures. So I take all of my bombers and I put them together, and I'll put them in one bag. So once you get them in one bag, I can reach behind me and I can grab my bag, and I'll know that I have all my bomber colors that I have on me in my lap, instead of having to rummage around behind me. And this is what I got. So I've got my Slam Shadies, I've got my Freds, and I've got my gold diggers and my bombers all in one bag. So I'll do that to each and every one of my lures. Okay, so this is what it looks like when everything is all bagged up. So I got my bag of bombers, I've got my bag of 2.0s, I got my bag of jerk shads, my original size power prawns, my Power Prawn Juniors, and then I've got what I call my miscellaneous, or my other bag. And that way, as you can tell, they are all organized together. So when I pull out a bag, say I want to try, I'm throwing a Slam Shady 2.0, but I want to try a bomber, then I know I can just grab my bomber bag. And the way I keep those organized is when I put them in my dry box over there, I always load them the same way left to right. So when I load these in the box, I load them the same way each and every time. So when I reach behind me, I'll get a general idea of what I'm looking for. So my 2.0s are on the far left, then it goes my bombers, then my jerk shads, then my Power Prawn USA Juniors, my Power Prawn Seniors, and then my miscellaneous bag. So when I reach down there, I can actually find with relative ease on which one I need to grab out. And then when I put it back in the back, I can kind of put it on the same side of the box. So if I'm looking for a specific lure, it's a lot easier to find that way. So then I'll take the rest of my miscellaneous stuff and put them on top of all that. So my jig hook box, my leader material, my fish grips, my Dr. Juice, my popping cork, all that'll go on the top of my soft plastics that are at the bottom. And these are the first things that come out. So when I load up the kayak, most of the stuff will go in my side compartments. So the only thing that's left in this box is going to be my soft plastics. And then after all that's said and done, I can just close the lid and then close the latches, and that's it. This whole thing can come with me with everything that I need to go fishing for the day. So as a bonus tip, what I do with my 100 packs, they can get a little unruly in the back of my truck because I got quite a few of those. So what I do is the same thing, just on a bigger scale. So say for instance, this is my Power Prawn USA Juniors. I've got them in the Gold Digger, I've got them in the natural, and then I've got them in the Slam Shady color. These are all the 100 bulk packs, but what I do is I put them in a 2-gallon Ziploc bag and I keep them together. So in the back of the truck, I've got all my bombers, I got all my 2.0s, I got all my Power Prawns in one bag. So when I need to go refill my smaller packs, I know exactly where they are and they're easy to find and they'll be all together. So that's the overview of what I carry in my kayak and how I keep it organized on a daily basis. Now I understand this isn't a blueprint for everybody that's out there, but maybe you can use this and modify it a little bit to help you get organized. And anybody out there, that's got some tips that'll help keep you organized, I'd love to hear from those. It'll help out everybody, especially the new people. And I understand that my tackle situation is a little bit different. I love soft plastics. I use a lot of those. Hard lures will actually throw a little bit of a different spin on this. So if you've got some ideas on how you keep your hard plugs organized and you want to share those, I'd love to hear from those too. That would be great. I appreciate your input on that. So if you want to try any of these lures that I happen to mention, whether it be the 2.0s, the Power Prawns, or the bombers, we do have those available at fishstrong.com. And our insiders get an extra discount on top of the great price that we have already on these. And for you insiders, if you didn't realize that we had these in the big bulk packs, you should check it out. Go find your favorite lure in your favorite color. You probably have it available. And if it's something that you use a lot, you'll probably save a lot more money that way. So go check it out. And as always, as your favorite traveling fishing coach, you never know where I'm going to end up next. I might see you out on the water soon. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we are the best online fishing club in America, where we guarantee that you'll catch more fish in less time. And we do that through premium education and a new app that we have developed called Smart Fishing Spots. Not only does this app tell you where to fish, but it tells you when to fish, along with so much more. Along with that, you'll get discounts on all the tackle that you need to become a successful inshore fisherman, and you'll make friends fast, or it's free. For more information, go to saltstrong.com. And until then, we hope to see you in the insider community soon.